People want this and need it. And we as a community need it because we need to not only support the arts, but we need to support the artists. So it's Danielle Lavia, L-A, capital V-I-A.
She's traveled the world singing, acting, and performing, even taking the stage in the Big Apple.
New York, New York. You become a very, very specific kind of person after you live in New York.
That's what I've heard.
Oh my goodness, it just makes you such a strong person and really makes you appreciate the little things. Like being in Charleston and going to the grocery store and putting my groceries in my trunk and driving my car back to my driveway.
But now she's using her voice to change the game for the world of theater in the Holy City.
After a few years in New York, performing and doing a lot of stuff on my own, I moved to Charleston and I was so confused that this place that is known for its culture and arts and theater and all of these things and is named #1 city in America over and over, I'm like, where is the regional equity theater? Where is the professional theater? Where is it? And my jaw was on the floor. I couldn't believe that this place, out of all the places, didn't have that.
Danielle decided to take matters into her own hands and create the city's first ever professional equity musical theater company. Drum roll, please. Charleston Playhouse. Walk me through kind of how Charleston Playhouse, how that idea started.
Funny story, I had a girlfriend of mine that I went to college with at the University of Florida. She called me one day from New York and said, I'm done with New York. I don't want to live here anymore. I need a better quality of life. Tell me about Charleston and tell me about your equity theater. And I was like, oh, we don't have one. And she was in shock.
Yeah.
And it was the same reaction that you get from everyone in this industry. And when we hung up the phone that day, over 2.5 years ago, I said, I'm doing this. And if it takes me 10 years to do it, fine. I don't care. I'm never leaving Charleston. This is a need and a want, and I know it's gonna be a success here. So we're gonna do it right. I'm gonna find the right people, the right venue, this beautiful venue.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna make sure that I take my time to do it right, and it's gonna happen.
You might be wondering, what difference does a professional equity theater make?
Finally being able to pay our actors a competitive weekly salary. We will be basing our standards on Actors Equity Association, which is what makes us an equity theater. And what that ends up doing for our city is it gives us another caliber of entertainment. Because the reality is that when you're a professional, you're doing this as your job. This is your main job. This is not your hobby. This is not something you do after work. This is the work.
Yeah.
So the caliber then becomes what the professionals are giving you. So it's just a whole nother world that Charleston is ready for, and we're so excited about it.
Now, Charleston Playhouse is planning to raise their curtain for the first time in 2022, but they need the community's help to make it happen.
But I don't have a fear at all about it happening. It might not happen on the timeline that we initially had planned, and that's okay.
But it's gonna.
It's gonna. And what we need is community support. We need the foundational funding to get this off the ground. Because once it's up and running, it's going to fund itself. It's getting it off the ground.
Yeah.
And COVID was not helpful in that. So we are every day grinding, talking to people. I mean, it's just nonstop. My team is fantastic. We are so committed to this in every possible way, and I just know that it's gonna happen.
To get involved or just want to stay in the loop, you can go to charlestonplayhouse.com.